The rainbow trout is a beautiful fish native to western North America and eastern Asia. It has a silvery body with many dark spots on the sides and the tail, and may have a pinkish red stripe down the sides. Typical inland rainbows are between 10 to 20 inches long and weigh a few pounds. Rainbows that migrate from streams down into large lakes or oceans and then back to spawn are called steelhead, and these can get much larger. A 30-inch, 10-pound steelhead is not unusual, and the current world record rainbow was almost 50 pounds. A bright white mouth and a slender body helps distinguish a large steelhead from a salmon that can look quite similar. Rainbow trout prefer cool lakes and streams with water temperatures in the 50s, and they've been stocked into many new waters around the world. Look for them in clear, sandy, or rocky lakes and cold streams. Some agencies stock rainbows into warmer lakes that are spring-fed. The trout will either seek out cold water below the thermocline or concentrate closer to the springs where cold groundwater enters the lake and keeps the surrounding area cooler. This beautiful fish is in the Salmonidae family, related to other species of trout, salmon, char, ciscos, grayling, and whitefish, all of which prefer cold water conditions. Rainbows like to feed on minnows, insects, and small crayfish. Finding schools of baitfish is a good way to find the rainbows in lakes or along the coast. Popular lures for rainbow trout in inland lakes are inline spinners, power bait dough, soft plastic swim baits, or worms. They tend to be less than 18 inches long and have a fairly small mouth, so use smaller baits. Steelhead feed on larger baitfish, shrimp, and eggs of other trout and salmon. Locating bait schools can be key to finding steelhead in large open water. Try trolling spoons or flies in deep water near bait schools. Crankbaits of various sizes and styles can also be really effective. My favorite way to target them in the Great Lakes is with crankbaits or small spoons trolled behind the kayak, or jerkbaits or spinners casted into shallow areas. I use medium power spinning rods with 8 to 12 pound line. If you're fishing from shore, go with a medium heavy rod, 6 to 7 feet long if you're fishing in the rivers, or 8 to 10 feet long if you're casting into the surf. Fish the current seams and pools in rivers where fish can wait for food to come to them. Steelhead will hang in deep pools, so drifting eggs or throwing flies or spinners into these areas can be really effective. They'll also hang around spawning salmon and eat their eggs, so if you see salmon, you may also find steelhead in the same place. Poor weather often means good trout fishing. Cloudy or drizzly days are great days to target trout. They'll be closer to the surface and easier to catch on small lures or flies. Trout have excellent eyesight and like to feed in low light hours. Many insects hatch out of the rivers around sunset, and it can increase feeding activity of trout. Watch for small splashes on the surface indicating feeding, and quietly cast small lures in that direction. The tough part is convincing a trout to take your artificial bait when there are millions of real insects emerging at the same time. There are many different strains of rainbow trout that spawn at different times, including the summer-running Skamania strain that heads into rivers in the summer but spawns in the winter and early spring. Most steelhead strains tend to be close to shore or in the rivers during cold times of the year. And most anglers are unwilling to put on the wool socks and insulated waders to stand in frigid water all day, so you might have the whole river to yourself. Good luck fishing, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.